They say vegetables are good for you. But what if I told you that 3 popular veggies, ones you probably have in your kitchen right now, could be quietly damaging your health after 60? It sounds shocking, but as we age, our digestive system slows down, our blood sugar gets more sensitive, and even the healthy choices can start backfiring. Especially if you're in your late 50s, 60s, or 70s, some vegetables may be fueling joint pain, bloating, or even memory fog, without you realizing it. But don't worry, there's a silver lining. In this video, I'll reveal the 3 vegetables you should avoid, and more importantly, the nutrient-packed ones that can help protect your heart, joints, and brain, naturally. If you care about staying sharp, active, and independent, you're going to want to see this. We've all grown up hearing that vegetables are the healthiest things we can put on our plate, and most of the time that's true. But what if I told you that some of these so-called superfoods might be quietly working against your body, especially after you turn 60? It's not that they suddenly become poisonous, but the way your body responds to them changes over time. As we age, our nutritional needs shift. The digestive system becomes more sensitive, and certain natural compounds in vegetables, like lectins or oxalates, can become harder to process. These compounds are harmless for many people, but for older adults, they might trigger inflammation, stomach upset, or even joint pain. The worst part? Most people never suspect their favorite salad ingredient is the culprit. Take a moment to think. Have you ever eaten something you thought was healthy, only to feel bloated, achy, or mentally drained afterward? It's not just in your head. Certain vegetables, despite being packed with nutrients, can stress the aging gut, spike blood sugar, or trigger immune reactions that wear you down over time. That's why understanding which veggies to limit, especially in your 60s and beyond, is so important. Not because we want to scare you, but because small changes can make a big difference. Imagine waking up with less joint stiffness, clearer focus, and more energy, just by switching up what's on your plate. In the next section, we'll dive into why these changes happen as we age, and how your digestive system might be quietly asking for a break from certain healthy foods. Have you noticed that foods you used to enjoy without any problem now seem to sit heavy or cause discomfort? That's not your imagination. As we age, the entire digestive process slows down. Our bodies produce fewer digestive enzymes, stomach acid levels decrease, and the muscles that move food through our gut lose a bit of strength. All of this makes it harder to break down certain foods, especially fibrous vegetables. Another key player is the gut microbiome, the community of friendly bacteria in your intestines. Over time, especially after 60, this microbiome becomes less diverse. That means fewer good bacteria to help digest and neutralize tough plant compounds. When these compounds aren't properly broken down, they can lead to bloating, gas, or even trigger low-grade inflammation. And here's something many don't realize. Slower digestion can also affect nutrient absorption. Even if you're eating healthy vegetables, your body might not be getting all the vitamins and minerals from them. That can lead to fatigue, brain fog, or muscle weakness, all of which are often blamed on just getting older, but could be connected to how your gut is working. The immune system also becomes more sensitive with age. Certain compounds in vegetables that were once harmless may now act as irritants, especially in people with arthritis, autoimmune issues, or leaky gut symptoms. It's not that these veggies are bad, but they may no longer be a good match for your current health needs. Understanding these natural changes helps us make smarter choices. And now that we've covered why certain vegetables might cause trouble, let's look at the first one you might want to avoid, especially if you deal with joint pain. If you wake up with stiff knees or sore fingers, you might blame it on the weather or just getting older. But what if part of that pain was coming from something on your dinner plate? One common vegetable that often surprises people is the tomato. Yes, that juicy red fruit that we treat like a vegetable is part of the nightshade family, and for some older adults, it can silently aggravate joint pain. Tomatoes contain natural chemicals called alkaloids, which in sensitive individuals may trigger inflammation or make existing arthritis feel worse. While not dangerous in small amounts, regular intake, especially in processed forms like sauces or soups, can build up in the system and irritate already inflamed joints. If you've noticed pain flaring up after Italian meals, tomatoes could be a hidden reason. This doesn't mean everyone over 60 has to avoid tomatoes forever. But for people with osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, or chronic joint issues, taking a break from nightshades like tomatoes can sometimes lead to surprising relief. It's a simple experiment. Take them out for 2 weeks and observe how your body feels. Some people report waking up with less stiffness and more mobility. Think about how often tomatoes sneak into your meals. Salads, sandwiches, pasta, even juice. If your joints ache and nothing seems to help, it might be worth looking at your plate instead of your pill bottle. Foods that were fine at 30 might be fueling pain at 60 without you even realizing it. Coming up next, we'll look at another common veggie that might be the reason behind that bloated, sluggish feeling many seniors experience after meals. Have you ever finished a meal and suddenly felt like your belly expanded out of nowhere? That uncomfortable, bloated sensation might be more than just eating too much. For many people over 60, the real culprit is broccoli, a vegetable praised for its health benefits, but surprisingly tough on aging digestion. Broccoli belongs to the cruciferous family, along with cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. These veggies are packed with fiber and compounds that support detox. But they also contain a sugar called raffinose that ferments in the gut. In younger digestive systems, this isn't usually a problem. But as our enzyme levels drop with age, raffinose can cause gas, bloating, and stomach discomfort. This doesn't mean broccoli is bad. In fact, it's still a powerhouse of nutrition. But for seniors with slower digestion or a sensitive gut, eating large amounts, especially raw, can feel like a bomb going off in the belly. Steaming can help, but for some, even that doesn't prevent the bloated, sluggish aftermath. If you often feel tired or uncomfortable after meals, pay attention to when broccoli or similar vegetables are on your plate. That heavy, full feeling that lasts for hours might not be your metabolism slowing. It might be your gut trying to keep up with the vegetable it can't handle as easily anymore. Next, we'll explore one more vegetable that could be affecting your body in a more subtle but equally frustrating way. Mental fog and focus issues that sneak up without warning. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Or struggled to find the right word mid-sentence? While occasional forgetfulness is normal, if it's happening more often, it might be time to look at what's on your plate, especially if corn is a regular guest at your table. Corn is a staple in many homes, especially in the form of cornmeal, popcorn, tortillas, and canned corn. But despite being a vegetable on paper, it behaves more like a starchy carb. It's high in natural sugars and can spike blood sugar levels, leading to energy crashes and, over time, mental fatigue. For seniors whose blood sugar control is more delicate, this can translate into brain fog and forgetfulness. What's more, much of the corn found in the U.S. is genetically modified and heavily processed, stripping away most of its natural nutrients. That means your brain is getting a sugar, hit without the fiber or vitamins to balance it out. Repeated blood sugar spikes have been linked to cognitive decline and memory problems in older adults. Have you ever felt a dip in mental clarity a couple of hours after eating? That foggy sensation, where everything feels slower and less sharp, could be your brain reacting to a sudden rise and fall in blood sugar. Corn isn't the only food that does this, but it's one of the sneakiest because it hides in so many dishes. Now that we've seen how these 3 vegetables, though common and familiar, can quietly affect your joints, digestion, and mind, let's take a closer look at the compounds inside them that may be to blame. If you've never heard of oxalates or lectins, don't worry. You're not alone. These are natural compounds found in many vegetables, and while they're harmless for most young, healthy people, they can become problematic as we age. Think of them like invisible irritants. You can't taste them or feel them immediately, but over time they may chip away at your comfort and health. Oxalates are found in foods like spinach, beets, and even sweet potatoes. In the body, they can bind to calcium and form crystals. For some seniors, this can mean more kidney stone, risk, or a buildup of stiffness in joints that feels like arthritis. If you've ever felt joint pain that doesn't seem to have a clear cause, oxalates might be worth exploring. Lectins, on the other hand, are found in nightshades like tomatoes, as well as beans and grains. They're a type of protein that can irritate the lining of the gut in sensitive individuals. Over time, this irritation may lead to leaky gut symptoms, where particles from food slip through the gut barrier and trigger inflammation throughout the body, including the brain and joints. The tricky part is these compounds are found in many healthy foods, which is why people are often confused. It's not about cutting out every food with lectins or oxalates. It's about understanding how your body reacts and making smart adjustments. A food that energizes one person might exhaust another. Now that we've looked at what to avoid or limit, the next step is even more important: discovering the vegetables that help your body heal and thrive after 60. After hearing about what to avoid, you might be wondering, so, what can I eat that actually helps my body feel better? The good news is, there are plenty of vegetables that not only nourish your body, but actively support your joints, brain, and heart, especially as you move through your 60s, 70s, and beyond. One of the best choices? Cooked greens like kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard. When lightly steamed or sautéed, they're gentle on digestion and rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. Unlike raw spinach, which is high in oxalates, these cooked greens offer similar benefits without overloading your system. They're packed with magnesium, which helps calm muscles and nerves, and vitamin K, known for its role in bone and heart health. Another great option is zucchini. Soft, easy to digest, and naturally low in lectins. Zucchini is a wonderful swap for more irritating veggies like tomatoes or corn. It pairs well with a variety of dishes and delivers hydration, fiber, and antioxidants that help your skin and gut stay resilient. Carrots, especially when roasted, are also a senior-friendly superfood. They're sweet without spiking blood, sugar, rich in beta-carotene to protect your eyes and brain, and easy on the stomach. Think of them as nature's comfort food with benefits. The key is to choose vegetables that are colorful, gentle, and prepared in a way that makes them easier to absorb. Roasting, steaming, or blending into soups can reduce potential irritants and maximize the good stuff. When your meals are built on the right foundation, your whole body starts to feel the difference. Up next, we'll look at some simple swaps you can start making this week to feel better, without giving up your favorite meals entirely. Changing your diet doesn't mean you have to give up everything you love. In fact, some of the most powerful changes come from small, consistent swaps. Ones that keep your favorite flavors while giving your body more of what it needs and less of what it struggles with. For example, if you usually use tomato sauce, in your pasta dishes, try swapping it for a roasted red pepper puree. It's naturally sweet, rich in antioxidants, and much gentler on the joints. You still get the comforting texture and vibrant color without the inflammation flare-up that tomatoes might cause. Instead of adding corn to soups or salads, consider using chopped zucchini or roasted carrots. They bring similar color and texture, but are easier to digest and more stabilizing for your blood sugar. These swaps don't just protect your gut, they help your energy and focus stay steady through the day. If broccoli or cauliflower often leaves you bloated, try lightly steamed green beans or sautéed mushrooms. They still give that satisfying, bite and pair beautifully with garlic or herbs, but tend to be much easier on the stomach, especially when cooked well. Even breakfast can get a gentle upgrade. If you're used to starting your day with a corn-based cereal, try a warm bowl of oats with cinnamon and blueberries instead. It's filling, comforting, and packed with nutrients that support brain and heart health. These swaps aren't about restriction. They're about tuning in. When you start noticing how certain foods make you feel, you can adjust your plate in a way that makes every meal a step toward more comfort, clarity, and vitality. Getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Often it's the little things, like what we eat day after day, that quietly shape how we move, think, and feel. And when certain vegetables start doing more harm than good, choosing the right ones can feel like giving your body a second wind. It's empowering to know that you don't need a medicine cabinet full of pills to feel better. Sometimes, swapping a tomato for a zucchini or trading corn for carrots can bring more relief than you'd expect. These changes may seem simple, but over time they can bring more energy to your mornings and more clarity to your mind. You deserve to enjoy meals that love you back, ones that support your joints, soothe your digestion, and keep your brain sharp. And the best part is, it's never too late to make a shift. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, your body is always listening to how you nourish it. So here's a small challenge. Try swapping out just one of the 3 vegetables we talked about this week and replace it with one of the healing ones. Then, pay attention. How do your joints feel? How's your focus? You might be surprised by how much power lives in your kitchen. And if this video helped you see your meals in a new light, leave a comment with your age and what vegetable swap you're going to try first. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next step in your health journey.